Hi, we meet again, and this is the next set of questions that I have got for you. And again, I have got questions which is around climate. This is in continuity of the yesterday's. Yesterday also we had some questions asked around climate. Some of you who have missed our earlier series, there's a playlist available. You can possibly go for the earlier questions and have them seen. Because the idea is that you try covering as much as you can. Of course, uh, from 27th, 28th of September 2025, we are going to start PT Shala, which will be more intensive and detailed observations of that. But now, I think we have got some questions coming up from different areas just to check how you are prepared for PT and also indicate that this is one area that you should be working upon. Of course, we will continue after even PT Shala. This exercise will continue, and then we'll give you a it's my sense of my way of saying good night to you. Every night, I'll get these questions coming to you, and then you will solve them and see as to how and where you stand. Coming up with the first question regarding the steppe climate, consider the following statement. It is transitional climate between the desert and the humid climate. The annual temperature range is generally low, steppe climate. The rainfall is sufficient for forests to grow, but the rainfall is unpredictable. The format of the question here also is a statement based question that I have got. How many of the above statements are correct? I suppose in this case, statement one is correct. The transitional climate between the desert and the humid region. And that's what is correct. And it is found in the fringe of the desert. And that's quite often we call it as a transition zone between desert and the fringe of desert or in the humid region that we have got. This is correct statement. Second is incorrect because here the range of temperature is very, very high. And the third statement, the rainfall is sufficient to forest. No, they support grasses, savanna grassland that we call it. So they're not enough to support thick forest. For forest, you have temperature and also you require lots of moisture. This is not there. So I think answer will be A, one only. That's the first one. The second question, with respect to the climate of China, consider the following statement, China type climate. First, the climate is located on the eastern margin of the continent in the mid latitudes. Second, it is influenced by monsoon winds causing a rainfall maximum in the summer. Third, the winters are dry and cold due to the influence of high pressure system. Now you have to see that how many statements are correct. The first statement is correct, very obvious. The China type climate is found in the eastern margin of the continents, like China type can also be found in eastern USA. So that's one statement is correct. Second statement is also correct, influenced by monsoon wind causing rainfall in the summer, and that is warm, moist summer that we have got, and that's the oceanic influence is also felt for the uh, summer to be more moist. Third statement is correct, and then we have got winters are dry and cold due to the influence of high pressure system, and that's again correct answer. The third question, climate is extreme, rainfall is scanty, and the people used to be nomadic herds. I mean, this nomadic herders are typical of this. The above statement best describes which of the following regions. This is a question from 2013. African savanna, Central Asian steppe, North American prairie, or Siberian region. I think this is very, very obvious. It is Central Asian steppe region that we are talking about, and because the extreme climate is there in this region, interior of Eurasia. I suppose that's very obvious. Now we have question number four. Question number four: with respect to the highland climate, consider the following statement: highland climate, highland climate. Climate conditions vary with altitude, leading to distinct vegetation zones. All right. The windward side of the mountain receives more rainfall than the leeward side. All right. The climate is characterized by low solar radiation due to high altitude. Of course, I mean, we have the first statement, no doubt about it. The climate conditions vary with altitude, leading to a distinct vegetation type. That's very much there. Second statement is also correct. The windward side gets more rainfall, and we have got our own Western Ghat, western side. And then the third is not correct because higher altitude are characterized by a stronger solar radiation because atmosphere is less rarefied, so the insulation is more, radiation is greater. So I think this third statement uh, is not correct. So I think two will be right. Answer would be B in this case. Next question, the last question of tonight. Regarding world climate zone, consider the following statement. The trade winds are responsible for bringing rain to the western coast of the continent in the low latitude. Trade winds bring rain in the low latitude in the western coast. The subtropical high pressure belts are zones of convergence that causes a rising air and rainfall. Third, the Mediterranean climate is characterized by low precipitation and high humidity throughout the year. How many of the statement are correct? First statement is incorrect because the trade winds are responsible for bringing rain to the western coast of the continent. I suppose the trade winds blow from east to west. So I think if at all they bring some rain, that'll be in the eastern coast of the continent that we have got. Uh, I suppose that's not the western coast of the continent. Trade winds are not bringing that. Second is also incorrect. The subtropical high pressure belts are the zones of divergence. Sinking air, and sinking air would not bring rain. I mean, I suppose that's which is very very obvious wrong answer. Third one, the Mediterranean climate is characterized by low precipitation and high humidity throughout the year. I think this is also incorrect statement. For the simple reason, the Mediterranean climates have low precipitation, but this uh, distinct wet winter, and that's very special about it. And it is not characterized by high humidity throughout the year. uh, Moist winter is unique part of it, and I think that is where this statement also goes wrong. So all of them are wrong. Answer would become D in this regard. I hope the questions on climate gives you some idea as to which climate type that you are not very clear about and which way that you should be reading. I hope uh, that's give you some indication to work towards. For me, the two efforts continuously going on. One, indicating the area from where you need to be working upon, and also indicating the format in which you should be looking at. And these are the formats of a statement-based questions, which I just shared for some time. I'll share some other formats of questions, and you would be gradually acquainted. Because idea is not that you should only prepare certain topic and you feel confident. No, if this question comes in this format, if this same fact comes in this format, am I in a position to really answer that or not? That's going to be important. For now, good night.